I am Joshua Shi, an 8th grader who has been in the jazz workshop, intermediate orchestra, advanced orchestra, jazz ensemble, and full orchestra classes. I have been in Mr. Conway's classes since 5th grade. Mr. Conway is very inspiring, calling out the best in everyone, giving tips to succeed in life. This video is dedicated to Mr. Conway, as well as my fellow orchestra and jazz ensemble students. For the students who will leave or stay in the music program, or more importantly, to the new musicians that will join the classes in the Hopkins Music Department, I wish you all the best luck for the coming years. Interview with Mr. Conway. How do you motivate students to love music, and what advice would you give them when they go to the CMEA, Homestead, Anaheim, or Great America music festivals?
I wish I knew the answer to that. You'd be amazed how many times I get asked that question when I go sit on, like, they'll invite me to a college symposium or something for young teachers or student teachers or whatever, and I say, well, how do you get your students to do all this? I think a lot of it just has to do with wanting to be good and having quality and having kind of that expectation, and getting people to want to do well and want to achieve success. And of course that comes from having achieved success in the past. All I can say is, if you work hard, good things happen. And that's not just true in music, it's true in everything. And I think that's maybe what I try to, the thing I hope that people get when they walk out of my class is that. Because they learn that if they work hard, good things happen. And learning how to work hard and how to work efficiently and work hard. And I think that transfers over to, festivals and all that kind of stuff. And it transfers over to, just wanting to be good at something. It's just the ability to work hard.
Multi-instrumentalist.
I started playing clarinet, and I was practicing primarily clarinet because I literally had to learn how to play clarinet in a month so that I could do a performance of a professional musical score, or as much of it as I could possibly figure out in a month.
The music room at Hopkins is full of fun and surprises.
I am waiting to hear the lights hum, which is my favorite sound, and I haven't heard enough today. Not you, them. Lights are people too. My name is Lights. There once was a thing called a grocery store. They sell food there though, and it's not very expensive, depending on what you buy.
I have $0.
I think that seems to be a camera plan. It's like a documentary.
It is.
Through the ages? How long do you think this documentary is going to come on for?
Mr. Conway on the band programs at Hopkins.
We have 2 jazz bands like this. We also have 3 different types of what are called concert bands, which are bigger groups with a lot of these same instruments, but also involve things like maybe flutes and clarinets, and other wind instruments. So there's lots of different opportunities to play musical instruments when you get into, like I said, 4th grade.
How did you start the many different levels of orchestra and Hopkins?
So I guess I was lucky. When I walked in here, almost all of that existed already, at least on the band side. The only thing I did differently with the band side when I started here was there used to be a class that was actually called Beginning Band. And it was for beginners, it was very small. And then there was concert band, which was still a 7th grade class. And then there was symphonic band, which was the high level 8th grade class. And my first year, I had too many 8th graders, or I guess my second year, there were too many 8th graders to fit into symphonic bands. So we split that into 2 symphonic bands and called one of them Wind Ensemble. And then took the beginners and rolled them into concert band. And that was kind of the structure we've used since then.
Mr. Conway teaching class.
There used to be a slur there, and he got rid of it, moved it here. Right, I think that happens every time in this piece of music. The reason is because the other most common rhythm in this piece of music is this, and these are separate, so we wanted to make them match. Da 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 makes more sense. That muscle's not very strong. As soon as you get your instrument up, now you're using much bigger muscles. Except for second violins, has a short note on the end of 3 in measure 55. Dia-da, dia-dia, short, long, short, 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, that's way late. 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 1 and. Let me use your first violins. And ready, go. Still not right. Count, don't guess. Ready, go. 3, 4. 3, 4, up.
Awards for the Hopkins Music Department of 2017 to 18.
Terrifying monster that was half man, half bull, hidden in an intricate labyrinth. Minos routinely imprisoned his enemies from Athens in the labyrinth so that the Minotaur could eat them. After several years of this torture, Theseus, an Athenian warrior, measured 22, vowed to put an end to these human sacrifices and volunteered to enter the labyrinth to kill the Minotaur. Labyrinth is a maze, right? If you're not familiar with that vocabulary word. King Minos knew that even if he did manage to kill the Minotaur, Theseus would never be able to exit the labyrinth.
Hopkins Junior High School String Orchestra from Fremont, California, under the direction of Mr. Grant Conway.
So, here's, I think, what I'm going to say. Every year, I get to this point in the year, and this is probably harder on me than it is on all of you. This group, for whatever reason, and maybe because we end up having all of you for so long that it becomes kind of a close-knit group and kind of a, and I think that's part of the reason this group is able to accomplish so much. And, you know, there are days when I have the world's best job and days when I have the world's worst job. The best part of my job is that I get the opportunity every day to come in here and work with all of you. And you all should be fortunate that you all, for the most part, will still have each other as you move through high school, and that is something you can use to your benefit. And you know, somebody asked me the other day, why are you so passionate about teaching music? And I said, you know, the reality is music is great and wonderful. It's not the music. I get to teach a whole bunch of people. And I get to teach a whole bunch of people that I hope walk away with something that will help them. And, you know, whether you realize it or not, I don't know that, you know, you'll ever have an opportunity to duplicate what was here again. I hope that you will. But, you know, it's amazing for me every year to be lucky and fortunate enough to have the opportunity to come in here and work with students like all of you that are able to work so hard and accomplish things that nobody else does. And so, you know, I just need to say thank you. And I want to say, you know, obviously that if you're going to ninth grade, that I, you know, want to wish you all the best, and know that I'm, you know, always here if you need me for anything. And why do I do summer orchestra? Because it's an opportunity for me to see all my old students again. That's one of the main reasons I do it. And I hope that, you know, as you get older, you'll be able to do some of that stuff still. So, you know, you all are incredible people, and thank you for letting me be part of everything we did this year. So thank you. And just the fact that there's this, you know, desire to be good at something. You know, both of the judges at the Anaheim Festival, and really all the judges at CMEA too, right? And even the judges at Homestead, right? They all come to me and say, you know, this is so incredible. How do you even do this? Right? It's like, you know, middle school orchestras aren't supposed to sound like that. And there aren't any that sound like this. I mean, you know, I heard a recording of the group that, you know, got first place at the National Orchestra Festival last year from middle school. didn't sound like us.
It sounded better.
They were doing music that was way easier, and they sounded very, very good. But not like this. You know, and like I said, that's a credit to all of you. You know, from my perspective, you know, I just get to come in here and I can pretty much pick whatever piece of music I want. I can hand it to you, and I know it will be good. And even if it's incredibly hard, and you know, I guess what I'm trying to do is say thank you for all of the hard work and everything you all put in.
Thank you for taking us.
And you know, for me, it's like, okay, I have, you know, 180 of my closest friends that are all going to be gone next year.
Someone gave me a dog.
Part of the reason I do summer because I do miss all